Today, guys, we're looking at this pair of vintage Red Wing boots. Now, here's the thing. This pair of boots belongs to a gentleman now who's in his 50s, and he grew up watching his dad wear these throughout his entire childhood. So these boots are probably like 40 years old, and that's exciting. But here's the thing. The gentleman that owns them now doesn't want them restored to look like they do now. He wants to make them his own. He wants to add his own twist, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So stay tuned and let's see what we can do to this pair of vintage Red Wings. All right, these boots are in pretty dirty shape, so I want to get these nice and cleaned up before we start the resole process, so let's get started on giving these a bath.
All right, while these boots are in the oven warming up, let me tell you something about this style of boots. Now, we get this question all the time. Can my Red Wings or can all Red Wings be recrafted? The answer is yes and no. Now, almost all of them are Goodyear welted. They'll actually say Goodyear welted on the website, but not all of them are actually stitched on. Now, a lot of these are gonna be on your work versus your heritage. They have a rubber welt, and it is actually stitched to the boot, but then the sole is actually almost just vacuum pressed and melted to the actual rubber welt. We turn these down a lot, as do most cobblers. In fact, even Red Wing won't take these back in and recraft them, but we're gonna see if these old style are like the ones that we experience a lot of times now. Get off there. All right, I don't want to bore y'all and give you too much information, but these are exactly like the ones that aren't normally recrafted. Let me show you why. All right, so let me go ahead and show you the actual sole itself. This is all like a gummy one piece. It's kind of in place of the cork, but it's got this little cavity that the welt can sit down in, and let me actually show you the welt. All right, so here's the welt. You can actually see there's a wall right here, and that's what sits down in that cavity. So it is got gimming and it's got some sort of insole, and it is welted, but it's just not made traditionally to be redone. The welt, the plastic welt over here, it's not stitched. It's pretty much just melted to the welt, the sole is. So it normally takes the cobbler more time to do these, but we're actually gonna be doing this today, so you'll see kind of more what we're talking about once we replace this welt with one of our welts. This welt is chain stitched on, and you can see the problem with the chain stitch. One snap thread, and the whole thing can just come off. Look how much extra upper is hanging above the edge of the gimming. Now on most shoes, that is actually flush.
Okay, before we get ready to put hot cork into these boots, guys, just a couple of quick things I want to throw out at you. One, make sure you're not leaving yet and you stick around to the end of the video because we have an exciting announcement that we want to let you all know about. And two, I know a lot of you guys are going to dash out of here before you watch the whole video, so I'm going to catch you now. Please give us a big thumbs up if you're enjoying this video and also subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get to hot corking these boots. So normally about this time in most of our videos, we would be putting on the soles, but like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going a little bit different look on this pair of boots. He wanted to change the look up completely from what they originally were. Now they're going to have some white stitches on here and I don't want to risk getting any color on that. So we're going to go ahead and put some color back into these boots at this stage of the restoration. So these boots have obviously faded a lot over the years, and what would ordinarily look like maybe an orangish color is actually this red, this dark red color. And that's what I'm going to try to get these back to as much as I possibly can. So obviously there's white stitching all the way around here, and that's why I'm doing a lot of this with my finger, just because I don't want to risk getting this red on that white stitching at all. Okay, this pair of boots is done. Now guys, like I told you, we do have a special announcement before we show you what the boots look like now. Every year, Heath and I try to do a 12 days of Christmas giveaway. So between December 1st and December 12th, we like to give away products to you ladies and gentlemen out there from different vendors or businesses that we like to work with. So I'm talking brands like our own Southern Polished, Potter & Sons, Grant Stone Boots, Thursday Boots, Nick's Boots, Anson Belts, Beckett Simonon. There's a lot of great giveaways that are on the way. So make sure that you're completing the link down in the description box. You want to sign up for that. You just give us your email, and then we have random drawings throughout those 12 days to give away exciting gifts to you all. So there it is. If you want to become a part of it, make sure you're signing up in the link, again, down in the description box. Okay, let's talk about these Red Wings.
Okay, so I mentioned that these were made a little bit different than a lot of the heritage style boots. And like I said, you normally find this on the work boot side of Red Wing. Now, these were an older pair, and the sole that actually came on these was almost like a hard crepe sole. And it wasn't a polyurethane real base sole, which you see on a lot of the modern day boots. And so people will say, hey, can you resole these? Well, yes, technically they can be resoled. As you saw when we were doing this, we just had to trim off some of the upper to make the welts fit and everything. But the problem with a lot of the new ones are those polyurethane soles. They get water moisture in them. Eventually they start to crack, break down.
It gums up our
it gums up the machines.
Yeah.
You touch it and it's like dipping your hands in tar.
Yeah.
It's a mess. But they technically can be done, but they would have to have new welts and all that. But because of the way the soles just gum everything up, that's the reason why most cobblers don't like to touch these.
And the reason Red Wing themselves don't like to do it.
I don't know if that's the exact reason why they don't, but I just know Red Wing won't touch these things.
Yeah. So technically, again, guys, yes, they can be done. A lot of folks, like Heath said, just don't do it because it's very labor intensive. Again, it messes with the sanding belts and it can just be a pain. So some cobblers may do it, some don't. So there you go. But on this pair of boots, this gentleman, again, they're like 40-year-old boots. They belong to his dad for years and years. The kid grew, or the owner, I mean, he's like 50s now, but he grew up watching his dad in these boots. And like I said earlier, redoing their cars together, projects around the house, vacations. I mean, these boots,
sentimental.
They're sentimental. So, but he now owns them and he wanted to do something different with them to make them his own. So we stripped off everything, put the color back into the uppers. He wanted to go with a white Christie. I asked him, I was like, do you want to go with black? It makes it look more like the original. He said, no, let's go with white. He also wanted to go with red stitching. And I know earlier in the video, I mentioned, well, we're going to do white stitches. Well, literally an hour after I said that, the phone call, and the owner of these said, hey, anyway, we can go with red stitches. So I was like, perfect timing. So that's why there's red stitches on there now. Again, he just wanted to make these his own, and he's going to have these boots again for years and years and years. So,
cool.
Yeah, they're made to last, and it's kind of exciting. I enjoy working on older vintage boots. So
seeing how they've changed.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you enjoyed the video, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. And until next time, y'all have a good one.